Hello, everyone, and welcome to Montreal, where we have the penultimate race of this Formula Omega season. Jocelyn on pole once again, although it wasn't by much over Greg. We have Gemma in third and Mary in fourth after a changeable qualifying session. 4 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. Looks like a clean getaway from everyone. Greg
Right,
looking to go
he's
around the
alongside.
outside. Greg goes into
He's
the
taking
lead
the
in
lead.
turn one. Gemma and Mary up into third. Though Gemma looking to come back around the outside. Gemma does.
The grip to do it.
Michael dropped 2 behind Daniel and Josh. Kerwood having a good start up too. Overtaking Omri and Alex. Jocelyn displaying her lack of straight line speed, already half a second down to Greg through sector 1.
You can see that the track is quite a bit more wet than it was in qualifying, but it is forecast to dry out later in the race. They've all taken the risk of putting on the intermediate tyres.
Yeah.
Definitely looks like it's a bit too wet for them in this sector. They're all keeping it on the track though.
Yeah, Mary now losing time quite a bit to Gemma. Possibly being challenged by Lawrence into the chicane.
Got the slipstream. Can he get it? Get alongside?
Pulls out to the inside.
Very defense.
Mary. Oh, that's a. Oh.
The flag. We got an accident.
We do. It's Josh. Josh has spun. Oh, Josh outbraked himself into the back of Daniel, who kept going in 6th. Or actually got overtaken, it seems. By a lot of
Quite a few
people.
cars. Does Dan have damage?
I don't believe so. It's just that they skidded across the final corner and had no momentum out of the chicane. Oh, Elise!
Race winner of the last race.
Is there any
Hisham
Hisham's
has
lost his front
damage.
wing. Did he have contact with Elise? So Hisham running pretty much towards the back. Oh, there's a big train. Why is that?
Was there someone stopped on the inside?
It's Izzy.
Herod.
Kerwood, yes. Kerwood. Oh, Kerwood went into the back of Elise and caused the spin. So they overtake Daniel, both of them. And then
we'll have to get the race steward to look at that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at the.
That was a great move from Callum.
Yeah, that's looking like Kerrod's fault there.
So, are we thinking do you want any other angles?
As long as no one, well, we've seen from the looking back perspective, no one's hit into the back of Kerrod. So I definitely think that's going to be a penalty going their way.
Yep. What are we thinking?
It's got to be at least a 10-second penalty.
10 seconds? Okay.
So a lot of chaos behind.
Yeah, gave Hisham a broken wing
Jack.
in the end.
Look at Jack trying to find his way through the chaos and gain a few places.
Callum did so as well. Callum up 3, Kevin up 6.
I think he'd already gained some of those on lap 1, but yeah, he's definitely gained out of that.
Oh yes, at least Hisham and Josh, of course.
Greg and Jocelyn beginning to pull away from everyone else.
Gemma and Lawrence, who's overtaken Mary, which we saw. Alp and Michael battling. Michael retains the advantage. No, not by much.
Like Alp has more confidence in these conditions, though, doesn't it? He's already gained 2 places. You have the straight line speed to get past down one of these straights.
Doesn't look like it. Michael has very good straight line speed. As Greg does the fastest lap. Lawrence is quite a bit faster though in fourth, chasing down Gemma.
Very difficult to pass through this part of the lap. Very few straights that are long enough that you can get alongside someone. It's quite possible that Lawrence is just going to have to stick behind Gemma all the way
Mia
until the
also
hairpin.
pitted. Not sure what that was for.
Does she have damage?
I think she probably gained damage in the same train.
Seems likely. Before starting last in this race, championship leader Angel failing to qualify. Championship very much still wide open with 2 races to go.
Indeed.
Oh, this is Lawrence's opportunity. Jocelyn
Gemma has
falling back towards these two
Yeah,
ahead.
she is. Gemma has decent pace, but no. Lawrence moves to the inside. We've already seen this work on Mary. Gets the move done quite... Ooh, no! Had to brake earlier to make the corner.
Held by Gemma.
Oh! Michael and out. Michael goes wide on the inside. Daniel takes the position. So out
Contact
went for the
between these
move. Up the inside. Oh, Michael locked up.
Force him to cut the corner. Is that going to cost him to Daniel?
Yes.
He'll now
They
up to
do go
7th
through.
place.
Omri and Callum is in 10th now.
He's trying to get past Omri.
Kevin defending against Jack and Nina.
He made a very good start, but he doesn't seem to have the pace right now, does he?
No. Lawrence again,
See.
not really close enough.
It's very hard to get past here. Surprised that Gemma feels the need to defend the place there. She's just costing herself time.
Mind you, do you think it's even likely that they'll catch Jocelyn?
Well, they're not that
Oh!
far behind in the scheme of things.
Lawrence went for the move on the inside of the hairpin and Gemma had to defend.
They're both losing a lot of time to Jocelyn. I think Lawrence will be going faster than Jocelyn if he can get past.
They only lost 2/10 on that sector. But Lawrence, I don't believe, will be close enough on this lap, though. No.
Maybe into turn 1? I don't think so either. I think you'll have to
No.
go for it next lap. I think
Callum
Lawrence
has
cost
overtaken.
himself a
Callum
chance,
just
actually,
overtook
by going for that
Omri
move into
down the
chicane.
straight. Kevin!
Spins. Lost the back end going into the chicane, it looked like.
Yeah. Drops to 20th.
Pretty much the last of all those that haven't had to pit for repairs.
Lawrence still trying to get past Gemma. Greg now has a 3-second lead over Jocelyn up front.
It does look like he's just
Mia
controlling
does the
Mia
fastest lap. What tyres is she on?
That's a good question. Because if you're in that position, you might as well gamble.
Mia is on Inters, as is Hisham. Let's
He
see
just
if
has
Lawrence
really
gets...
good pace then in Clara.
Yeah, let's see if Lawrence has a better run out of the hairpin this time. Doesn't look like it.
Does it?
Daniel is past Alp, ahead. Or behind.
Yeah, that's for position.
Yeah. Into the hairpin.
It's a very good move. That's the wettest
They
part of the
broke
track.
later
It's
up the
very slippery
inside.
there.
And then you can't really defend too well up on the outside. As Lawrence again fails to make a move.
Have a run into one?
Out. Daniel covering the inside, but not necessarily.
Goes defensive. Maybe runs a bit wide at the apex, but holds on to it.
Yeah.
Gemma's
Oh,
off. She's off the
Gemma's.
track.
Yeah.
Gonna cost her
She
Mary.
does get it going again, but Mary doesn't quite get through.
The critical move for Lawrence. We'll see whether we can start closing that gap to Jocelyn and Greg. Not that far
So the
behind.
gap was
I think
2.5
he
seconds.
I think he's faster than Jocelyn. All 22 cars still running in this race.
Yeah.
That's another fastest lap.
In the middle sector.
Still
Oh,
slowing
Jocelyn's out!
Yet again, Jocelyn retires.
We do not
from
have
the
all
Formula Omega
22
race.
cars still running in this race.
Is it a surprise to anyone
Transmission
that Jocelyn's
failure.
first one to retire?
Possibly?
Very unreliable.
I would have
she's had a
thought
very
at
unreliable
least.
car this season. She did break down twice in qualifying, but that car's still going. So, now.
Will Alp have a run into the chicane? No.
Greg now has a 7-second lead, and he's extending it over Lawrence.
Michael pits.
See
Michael's the
see a
first to
dry
pit.
line.
We can.
That dry line down the start.
Hisham is out with the water leak from last.
I don't think he had a chance of getting points.
Slicks for
Michael put
Michael.
slicks on.
Michael is the first to switch to the slicks as that dry line is appearing. Alex is also coming in, as is Anna
with
and
slicks.
Jack. Mary is out.
Mary's out.
Suspension failure for Mary.
Izzy's out as well. Izzy's pulling off.
She is.
I said we had 22 cars still running.
Why did you say that? You've done a Moe.
As soon as I say it, everyone starts breaking down.
So everyone, I believe, coming out of the pits on the slicks. Elise!
Yeah, Elise is out. He's down at the same point that Mary did.
There were yellows out. The engine just cut out
You can see
for
smoke coming out of it.
Elise. Yeah.
You run into the back of Mary.
Yes. Don't think she really could do anything though.
No. Probably lost engine braking, and at that point, it's hard to slow down.
Yeah. Greg pits in the lead.
It comes into the pits.
There's definite dry line. Yes, everyone now going on to slicks.
If we have the team principal of Aston Martin to talk about their opinions on the race strategy, current conditions.
Yep, obviously we don't think it's quite right to be going into the pits just yet. Probably worried a bit about the busy pit lane. Just hoping to show that we do actually have pace in the wet after a disappointing result last time.
Does look like Callum's catching up to Daniel and Alp.
Yeah.
I think you're in for a good points finish here.
Yeah, hopefully. We've managed to overtake a couple of cars on track and managed to gain a bit out of the early crashes and incidents. And obviously we've seen quite a few people drop out of the race, which should help us as well.
Do you think the undercut will be viable here on the cars ahead?
It's going to be close. Obviously, conditions are changing every single corner, let alone every
How much
lap.
standing water there still is here. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, definitely.
As Alp,
I agree. I don't think this is slick.
Alp goes to the move on Daniel ahead. Does not make it. That will bring Callum closer. Of course, Greg is coming up for position. You don't want to be fighting him, do you?
No, not of course not. We want to hopefully try and duck into the pits without the cars ahead going. That's exactly what we've managed to do. That's a great strategy from the team there to hopefully get some clear air and set some amazing times.
I assume you'll be going on to slicks?
Yes, it's definitely going the way, even if it isn't right
There we go.
this lap. Yeah, there you go. Certainly by the end of the race, it'll be slicks, and you won't want to make another pit stop.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So,
looking like he's on for a good result.
yeah, Lawrence leads by 8 seconds over Gemma now.
Does look like Greg is able to get through this very wet part of the track on those slicks.
Chasing
He's
down
got to
Daniel
those
and Alp.
I think we are getting to the crossover point now.
Yeah, well,
And
this
that's a
was a
fastest
section
lap.
of the lap that had, yeah, it's still got quite a bit of standing water.
Dana pitted for standing water for slicks.
I hope she's not putting on standing water.
Because she's just set fastest lap of the race.
Yes.
Yeah, so like that suggests that we've
The
reached
top
the crossover
7
point.
apart from Greg are the only ones not to have pitted. As
And so
Lawrence
now-
does.
Greg will really be
Indeed,
hoping that these
we're
two
hearing
get
that the
ahead.
teams are calling them in who have judged that it is too dry to continue on the inters. So Greg will
Well,
resume the lead, we're assuming. Yes, even though
only one that
Lawrence
seems
did
to-
get back out nicely. So Gemma does a 6.6. Daniel and Alp will be close. Daniel does a 6.5, retains their lead over Alp. Everyone now coming in, if they're on the inters.
I've seen Anna's fastest lap, and they all know it's the crossover point.
Mia has pitted for a second time and is right on the back of Kevin. This is for position.
Been setting really good pace all race, though, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has, and Kim
I
has
don't
not
think
been.
I don't think points are impossible here.
No, of course not. So Callum is
He
now
finished on the podium.
actually back out in 5th.
Tween!
Yes,
Daniel
Callum
and
out and has a lot of pace, it seems. Seems their strategy worked. Oh, it's a much drier track now.
Yeah, it's still a lot of standing water in this part of the lap, though.
Hmm.
So tricky for them to get
And of
through
course,
this part,
with
like-
them on slicks, it's going to dry slower.
Yeah.
Daniel going
Callum's going
really
for the move.
defensive. Callum takes the inside line at the hairpin. We saw Daniel do this successfully earlier. Callum has gained 4th position. As Greg sets the fastest lap. I wonder if Daniel
Continues to
has the
extend
pace
his
on
lead.
the slicks that they had before.
Doesn't look like he has quite as much confidence on those tyres as they did on the intermediates. does
Is
it?
Josh out? No, just slow.
Saw them have issues at the start of the race, didn't we?
Yes, we saw a spin. I thought I saw a bar come up briefly at the bottom. So Callum now hunting down Gemma. Alp again on the back of Daniel.
Two have been battling all race long, haven't they?
Hmm. Anna
moved
from
away.
21st is now 9th.
Got Michael, I think.
That
closing
will
on these two
actually
as well.
put Anna into the lead of the championship.
Yes. By 1 point?
Yes. Callum's not dropping them.
So they've got those tyres up to temperature. Of course, Callum came into the pits a lap earlier, so he had a huge advantage. Just 'cause he
And
had
not
his tyres
and
heated
is
up.
actually losing time to Gemma, who's losing time to Lawrence, who's losing time to Greg.
This gap over Lawrence was 8 seconds, so that gap has come down a bit.
Oh.
I think Greg has. It looks to me like Greg has this race under control.
As Jack is looking to make a move into the points past Omri. As Lawrence does the fastest lap of the race. Looks very
Lead's not
untidy
quite
from
over yet,
Omri.
is it?
Still so much
1
spray.
point. Of course, Jack's trying to outbrake him on the wet part of the track. Gonna go for it anyway.
Omri cuts the chicane. And Jack
that
takes
pace.
the place. Will Kerrod also? Yes, Kerrod does too.
Omri, Omri really lost out by losing both places there. But if Omri had kept that position, that would have been failing to lose the position, in my opinion. I think
Fair
by cutting a corner would have had to been a penalty.
Josh
That's from
fastest
Josh,
lap.
so he's not slow.
I think he may have had a technical issue that caused him to pit for a second time.
Hasn't had any technical issues in a while, so it makes sense.
Alp still on the back of Daniel. Of course, Alp got a podium last time out, I believe. As Omri has broken down.
I knew that would happen when I said that.
So now Kerrod battling Jack for the final point.
It's like Kerrod has the pace. Of course, Kerrod has that 10-second penalty.
Yes. Nina and Michael have been battling.
Wide line from Michael out the final corner.
Will Nina make a move into 1? Looks possible. No.
Just holding the dry line.
Of course, there's no real place to pass for about half the lap now.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually much more difficult to overtake than it was, because if you're going to try and overtake someone, as Josh tries to overtake someone, Kim, going to try and overtake someone, you've got to go on the wet part
Josh
of the track to do it.
does get on top of Kim.
15th place. Those two.
Lawrence has closed the gap to 6.3 seconds.
I think Greg seems to be managing the gap, though.
Callum
Like,
has
Lawrence
now
is not...
dropped Daniel and Alp as Daniel's been defending.
Yeah.
Will Alp make another move into the hairpin? No. But that might set him up for a move into the chicane. Nina has overtaken Michael in the hairpin.
A lot more moves there than we normally would, haven't we?
Alp looking to make the move into the chicane.
Are they going to defend it, or are they going to trust to the braking in the chicane?
Does make it.
Alp.
Nina with
That's a
quite a gap
comfortable
over
lead.
Michael already.
Yeah.
Kerrod going for the move. Jack cuts it off, but has to go wide to make it. Does get it. Anna with the fastest lap. Chasing down Michael at a rapid speed. Of course, Michael, the
Yeah.
only driver not to have scored points this season.
Hoping he can hold on to that 8th place, won't he? Only on to score 3. Which would keep him last in the championship, but it would mean he has points on the board. Greg's lead down to 5.7, but it does seem like Lawrence isn't quite catching quickly enough.
Out pulling away from Daniel slightly, it seems. Nina closing with 2 laps to go from the leader. Do you think Nina has enough time? As Lawrence sets another fastest lap, I don't think he has enough time.
No. Like, he's catching Greg by about a second a lap, which is not nearly enough. I think Nina could have a go at getting past Daniel on the last lap of the race.
2 more laps after this.
She's going to need better pace than that.
Anna again sets fastest lap, chasing down Michael.
Very close now, isn't she?
I think she'll have a move into the final corner.
Seems to be the best place to do it. You can see the track is really quite dry now, isn't it? On that,
It is.
On that line. No spray anymore.
As Josh has broken down from last.
Greg coming down the back straight. Be starting the final lap of the race very soon.
Oh.
On to win his 2nd Formula Omega race. And he looks like it.
Greg
Yeah,
does
very sad to
indeed start the final lap.
Lead is 5 seconds ahead of Lawrence. A very comfortable margin indeed.
Anna does look to be going for a move into turn 1. Oh, they had to wait for Josh.
It looks like it's compromised Anna's attempt at an overtake, hasn't it?
Maybe not.
Go for it anyway.
Sends it.
Michael's forced to cut the corner.
Oh, I
think
want
this-
another
if he-
look at that.
I think if Michael cut the corner and went all 4 wheels off the track, then
Well, we'll see what the
I think he
steward
might be
has to
looking at a
say.
penalty for that.
Alright.
Yeah, it's certainly gone all 4 wheels off the track. I kind of like to see if he gives up the position at the next corner. Obviously not.
No.
I think just a small time penalty, maybe even a couple seconds,
I
just to
think
swap
5
those
seconds
positions
is
around.
probably
Yeah,
standard.
5 seconds. Yeah, 5 seconds is the standard smallest penalty for that.
Yep. Thank you.
Greg coming down into the final chicane.
Yes, indeed. Very clean race from him. Took the lead into turn 1. Held it ever since. As Greg wins the Canadian Grand Prix, Lawrence comes through in a relatively close second for his first points since Monaco, I believe. Gemma will keep her championship hopes alive by finishing on the podium in third. Great drive from Callum to end up fourth from 14th, though he will not stay in championship contention, I believe. Alp finishes fifth. Daniel with a good drive to finish sixth. Nina almost got up to Daniel, finishes seventh. Anna could not overtake Michael thanks to Josh's car being lifted. Michael 8th, Anna 9th. Jack
Will have that penalty.
will finish 10th. Of course, Michael will finish 9th due to that penalty.
I think Anna might have stuck behind knowing
I
that
believe.
Michael gone all four wheels off the track.
Yeah, I believe that Kerrod will end up down in 14th due to his 10-second penalty.
A disappointing race for him then.
It will. Thank you,
Solid drive
everyone.
from Greg.
Thank you, everyone, for watching the Canadian Grand Prix.